Do you feel frustrated or do you feel free? Stay tuned. This is Damon Court from NLP Gym, from frustration to freedom. If you haven't already, please click subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get these videos on a regular basis. I held a NLP practice session today, and if you've ever been to any of my practice sessions, you know I don't really do much teaching. It's really about the practice, and I practice as well, and I have people practice on me, with me, whatever you want to call it. So I actually have people do processes to me or with something I'm dealing with. Today we were practicing core transformation. Last year I had Mark Andreas, son of Connie Ray Andreas, the woman who created core transformation, along with her sister Tamara. Mark taught us core transformation, and it's one of my favorite models because it's so effective and it's really easy to use. So today we were practicing that, and I had one of the practitioners run me through the first part of core transformation, and I used an actual problem that I'm dealing with right now, and it's something that really frustrates me. Within a few minutes of getting into the process, it became suddenly very clear to me that my frustration came from a sense of something demanding something from me. And it could be a demand from an outside source, or it could be me demanding something of myself. And this was really the source of the frustration. Think about times where you've been really frustrated. Was it because you felt a sense of a demand placed on you? Was it a sense of a demand outside of yourself? Or were you demanding something from yourself? Imagine what it would be like to step outside of this burden of demand, whether that's someone else demanding something from you, society demanding something from you, you demanding something from yourself. If your life is a loop of demand and deliver, you're going to live a very, very frustrated existence. Being demanded of doesn't feel good even when you're able to meet the demand, because the reward for that is only a brief release, a brief sort of relief from the demand, and then you're back into being demanded of either by someone outside of yourself or yourself. And it's never completely satisfying. It's never completely fulfilling. Think of a situation where you're experiencing a lot of frustration and ask yourself, is this coming from some demand of you? And then what would it be like to suddenly just release yourself from that demand and maybe even replace the demand? Because when you take something out, you need to replace it with something. What if you remove the demand and you replace it with potential, like a realization of potential in that situation rather than being demanded of? What do I mean by potential? Potential meaning you see the possibilities, you see the opportunities, and because you see these possibilities and you see these opportunities, it's natural for you to gravitate to them. It's the demand, the have to, the need to, the must that makes you not want to do it. It's like when your parents told you to do chores, it didn't feel good, so you didn't want to do them, or you resisted them, but then you had to do them anyway. Whereas when you're living alone and you need to clean your place, or the dishes need to be done, or something like that, it doesn't feel like that. You don't resist it as much. You might resist it a little bit, but you don't resist it like when you're told to do it. So potential is you're seeing the possibilities, you're seeing the opportunities, and it's just natural for you to go for it. What would it be like to act, to do, to create, because you see the potential of what you can create rather than being demanded of and told what you have to do? For example, maybe you're in sales and you have a boss who demands that you sell 30 units a month. And that doesn't feel good. It feels like a quota, and it's something you have to do, and you're fearing for your job. Instead of thinking of it as a demand, think of it as potential that already exists, and probably potential to do even better than 30 units. So that potential, it already exists in potential form, and you're going to step into that potential and actualize it. If you're demanding something from yourself, think of it in terms of, well, what is the potential here? What is your potential to create, to have, to do? And then step into the potential and let go of the demand. Because the demand is really you sort of parenting yourself. It's you splitting yourself in two, and one half of you being authority and the other half being the slave that's being pushed into something. And you don't want to be either of those. So reintegrate those, and instead of demand, you become potential, and you step into your potential of what you can have, what you can do, what you can create. Freedom to just do whatever you want is not the kind of freedom that I'm talking about. That's the sort of Janis Joplin song, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. That's a kind of self-destructive freedom, and that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the freedom to live your potential, the freedom to actualize your potential. That is true freedom, and that's actually what the hero's journey is all about. Check out my website, nlp-gym.com. Follow me on Facebook for real-time updates on upcoming workshops and free practice sessions that I hold in Santa Cruz, California. If you like this video, please click like right down here and leave me a message or a comment. I will get back to you. Stay tuned to the end of this video so you can see how you can get your hands on a free NLP online training. Take care. And today we were doing core transformation. Today we were doing core.